we'll make our way to that mat into a nice easy seat. So check in with those sit bones, settle those sit bones, and then find that tall spine, lifting up out of the sit bones, through the crown of the head, stretching toward the sky. And then take an exhale, soften the shoulders, and really feel yourself sink into those sit bones, settle into those sit bones. Maybe the eyes are closed here, if that feels okay. Notice that next inhale as it moves into the body, in through the nose, sends nice and low and deep into the belly toward those sit bones. And then feel that exhale as it comes back up and out. Just using these first few moments of our practice to bring ourselves to the mat, kind of make that barrier between the rest of the world, the rest of our day, and this time for this practice. Letting the mind find some stillness. Using just a few more breaths here to give ourselves permission to be present in our practice, to give ourselves this time. One nice big orange breath. If you like, you can keep your eyes closed. We're going to start in those shoulders, squeezing those shoulders up, rolling them back and down. Nice big full circles here. One more, and then we're going to switch directions with the circles. We're going to squeeze up and then roll those shoulders forward. And then we're going to release, relax those shoulders. And let's drop our right ear toward the right shoulder. Maybe we bring our left fingers or hand to the mat. And if we want even a little bit more, we can take that right hand and place it on top of the head, not to push or press, but just as a little extra weight. We're going to release that top hand, sink the chin down toward the chest. And then we'll bring our left ear toward that left shoulder, right fingers to the mat maybe. And if we want, that left hand can come and lay on top. As we release that top left hand, sink the chin down toward the chest. We're going to let it stay there. Maybe we stack the palms of our head on the palms of our hand on the crown of the head and gently pull that chin toward the chest. As we release, we're going to come into some seated cat and cow. So on our inhale, open those arms wide, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, close the arms. Inhale, open back up. This time as you close, cross the other arm on top. Take two more, resting each arm on top one more time, opening up the shoulders, warming things up. And then release. Let's make our way to a tabletop. Those hands and knees. Let's just circle out the hips here first. Finding that tabletop, starting whichever direction you want to. We'll switch direction. And then back into neutral. Let's find a puppy stretch. So we'll walk those hands forward and begin to melt the heart, the chin, the forehead toward the mat. Stretching in those shoulders, the upper back. And then on that inhale, we're going to walk those hands to the top of the mat. Shift forward, so we're shoulders over wrists, modified plank. Exhale, we're going to lower slowly down, squeezing those elbows in along the body. Inhale for baby cobra, lifting the chest. On the exhale, we're going to send it back to a child's pose, sinking those hips toward those heels, the forehead toward the mat, stretching things out here. Inhale to flow forward back to our modified plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale to flow forward. Exhale to lower down. This time we're going to stay. We're going to stack our forearms and rest the head. Grounding down here. Slow, steady breath. We're going to find our way to a sphinx. So we want those elbows right underneath those shoulders. Hands out in front. Should feel a stretch here in the lower back. If it's ever anything more than a stretch, just lower back down to the belly. And we're going to take some movement with the breath here. So for a beat of 2, you're going to sink the chest down between the shoulders toward the mat. Then on your inhale for 2, press and lift back up into that sphinx. So down to sinking into the shoulders, and then inhale, press and lift back up and out of the shoulders. Almost like a little turtle going into your shell and then back up and out. Take one more, down and up. And then back to the belly shavasana, stacking those forearms, resting the head, let those shoulders release. And we're going to come back up into Sphinx. This time, we're going to lower each shoulder toward the center of the mat between the hands. And as you drop that left shoulder toward the mat, we're going to turn and look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back up to Sphinx. Exhale, drop that right shoulder, turn and look over the left. Adding a little twist, should feel good in that lower back. One more each way. We're gonna take our right hand, and we're gonna feed it all the way under, bringing that left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. So that right hand is palm up, forehead will go down toward that left forearm. Then we're gonna slide our left foot up so that the sole of the foot's on the inside of the right leg, like we're doing a tree lying down. And we're gonna start to roll to that right shoulder, and we're gonna open up this left arm all the way up and around. If you're in a tight space like me, that left hand can come to the left hip. We're just trying to open up that left shoulder and keep that left knee on the mat for this twist. Some slow, steady breaths. And then we're gonna come back around. Extend the left leg, pull that right arm back, and we'll take the other side. So the right forearm will be parallel to the top of the mat. The left hand, palm up all the way under. Forehead to the right arm. Then we'll slide that right foot up and in for that reclined tree. Roll to the left shoulder, right arm up and over for our twist here. Each side's a little different, so breathe wherever you are. And then coming back around, extend the right leg as we pull that left arm back. We're gonna plant the hands, spread those fingers, and we're gonna send it all the way up and back to down dog. First down dog together. Maybe we wanna walk that dog, bend one knee, and then the other, back and forth. Maybe you wanna bend both knees. Let's take some movement, get some comfort here, hang the head. And we're gonna make our way to the top of the mat and into a ragdoll. So grab opposite elbows, bend those knees, maybe sway a little side to side. And then releasing, we're gonna roll all the way up to our mountain. Anchoring those feet. Sometimes I like to rock a little bit. And I pick the toes up, then the heels, really ground down in those four corners of the feet. Then on our inhale, we're gonna inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hinge and fold. We're gonna step our left foot back and come to a crescent lunge. So you wanna be on those railroad tracks with the feet, ball of that back left foot. Rising tall. And we're gonna inhale, reach forward, step back to a plank, high plank or a modified plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bending the knees, we're going to travel to the top of the mat. Exhaling to fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise and sweep tall. Exhale, we'll fold, step that right foot back. Rising tall for crescent lunge. Settle in. Hinging forward, we'll step to our plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll bend those knees, step or walk to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep it tall. Exhale, we'll fold, left foot back, crescent lunge. On the inhale, we're going to start to open up those hips. Exhaling for warrior two. Left foot parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to add a little movement to our warrior two. So on the inhale, we're going to straighten that front right leg. On our exhale, we're going to sink back into it. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to sink. Always making sure that front knee still stays over that front ankle. If you start to sink a little further, make sure you widen your warrior two. Last one, we'll sink and stay. Flipping the right hand, reverse warrior. And warrior two. We're going to open up to the wide edge, turn those toes so they point to the corners of the mat. On the inhale, we're going to reach tall for star. Exhale, we're going to sink into goddess, keeping the chest lifted. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink the hips. Weight in the heels. And just take your pace of breath here. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more. Holding our goddess. Couple of breaths. On that next inhale, we're going to rise for star. We're going to turn the feet parallel to the edges of the mat. Sweep our hands back behind us. Interlace those fingers. Open up the front of the chest as you pull the hands away from the lower back. Then we're going to come into a wide leg fold. If you want to release the hands first, you can. Otherwise, let them follow. Hang the head. And then bring those hands to the lower back, release them there. Hang heavy. We're going to walk to the top of the mat, step to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. And we'll send it back, down to up. And we'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep tall. Other side. Exhale, we'll fold. Step that right foot back. Crescent lunge. Inhale, opening up those hips. Exhale, warrior two. And we'll add that flow on this side. Inhale to straighten that front leg. Exhale, sink back into that warrior two. Feel the stretch in the legs. Keep the shoulders down the back. Next one, we'll hold that warrior two. Flipping the left hand, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And then we'll turn to that wide edge. Toes pointed to the corners. Inhale, reach for star. Exhale, sink for goddess. One more, and then we're gonna hold that goddess for a couple of breaths. Wiggle those toes. Make sure the weight is in the heels. And then inhale, reach for star, turn those feet parallel. Interlace those fingers for that chest expansion. And then find a wide leg fold, maybe with those arms following. We're going to bring those hands to the lower back, release. And then walking to the top of the mat one more time. Step it to your plank. Use that exhale to lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Last one here. Feel that stretch. Hang the head. A couple of nice, slow, deep breaths. And then as you're ready, we're going to lower to a child's pose. Sink those hips, the forehead toward the mat. All right, inhale. We're going to come up through that tabletop into our seat. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat and roll all the way down. And then all the way to our backs here on the mat. Get comfortable, get settled. Make sure those shoulder blades are nice and low down the back. And let's walk our feet as wide as our mat. And then take some wide leg windshield wipers back and forth. Next time, those knees drop to the left. Let's let them stay there. You can bring your arms out to goalposts or to a T or whatever feels good. Maybe drop the gaze to the right. And if you want a little bit more here, you could bring your left foot to the top of that right knee for that added weight, but only if it feels good. Slow, steady breath here. That left foot on top of the right knee. Go ahead and take it off. We're going to come back up to neutral. We're going to pull that right leg into chest and the left leg long. And we'll switch sides. Pull that left knee in, extend that right leg. And then planting both feet nice and wide again. We'll drop the knees to the right, settling in. Arms again out to our sides. Maybe the gaze to the left. And if you want a little bit more, now that right knee could be on top of the left for just a little bit more. Right foot is on top of the left knee. Go ahead, take it back off. Come back up into neutral. And we'll extend the legs, reach the arms up overhead, a nice full body stretch here. Point the toes, reach those fingers. Find that full length and breathe into all that space. And then we're going to pull both knees into chest. We'll rock a little side to side, massage out the spine. If you want to find happy baby, grabbing the soles of the feet, feel free. Nice big breath here. And then as you're ready, we're going to make our way to that Shavasana. So extend those legs nice and long down the back, settling the hips. Let the feet fall open here. Of course, use any props that you want to, maybe a bolster under the legs, maybe a blanket on top, or an eye pillow over the eyes. Make sure the shoulder blades are nice and low, arms relaxed by your sides, palms up. Blinking the eyes closed if that feels okay. And just settling into this pose of rest. Come back to that breath, those inhales and exhales. Feeling the belly rise and fill with the inhale. Feel that tension, stress leave the body with the exhales. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you want to. If you're ready, we're going to start making our way back to the world. A few slow, deep breaths here. Feel the body connected, heavy. Begin to wiggle those fingers, those toes. Drawing the knees in toward the chest, making our way to either side, rolling to the left or to the right. And a few final breaths of practice. Just enjoying these last few breaths to breathe in all the good and to exhale out onto the mat anything we don't want to take with us when we leave. Resting up as we're ready, back into our easy seat. Finding that tall spine. Relaxing those shoulders. And thank you very much for sharing in practice today. Namaste.